is now time for the Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, all you wonderful money masters and treasure hunters out there. It is Fabulous Friday. Hope you're off to a great start of your day. If you're not, you should be. I know I am. I absolutely love being here with you. Thanks so much for joining us. And folks, you can always catch us on TigerTV. Just go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on the TigerTV button, or go over on the right-hand side. You'll see a little area there where you can just simply click on it, and you can go ahead and create a bookmark. You know, Tom and I were out last night, and I bookmarked at least 2 or 3 different people, so they should be hitting one button, if you will, watching us on Tiger TV this morning. And you want to be able to do that because you're able to follow along with our charts. We're going to absolutely teach you something. You know, folks, what's talked about is a dream. What's envisioned is exciting. But what's planned, folks, it becomes possible. But more importantly, what's scheduled is real. And thanks to all you folks that have scheduled for the Go Long America Tour in Boston tomorrow. Tom and I will be there. We'll leave this afternoon, later on this afternoon. Looks like I'm coming to some rainy weather. My first time spending an evening in Boston. It looks like it's going to be about 34 to 32 degrees, and I'm going to be greeted with some rain. Now, 32 sounds like a snow to me, if you will, but absolutely looking forward to our time there. It's going to be a great event. If you haven't signed up, folks, and you'd still like to join us, because what are you going to do with your Saturday dreary morning? We can brighten it up. I promise you we will brighten it up. We will teach you information, so you can still sign up. I believe there's still seats available. Go to the homepage at TFNN.com. And there should be a link there. You can sign up for it. We'll see you at 9 o'clock. Well, we'll see you probably about 8:30, 8:45, all you early risers out there. And then we come back, and we do Tuesday. The tour at least comes to a break, maybe an end, if you will. Tuesday in Tampa at the Grand Hyatt. There are definitely seats available there, so go ahead, please sign up for that if you'd like to join us. I think that's called, is it Super Tuesday? Is it absolutely Super Tuesday? Come this coming week, and it will be Super Tuesday if you join us at the Grand Hyatt, folks, because we'll have a super time, absolutely. And yes, looking forward to seeing Basil tomorrow morning. And folks, you can catch Basil today from 11 to 12. Great lineup today, because we get you healthy, we get you wealthy. And you got Nico Dahan, he'll work on our health, if you will. That's from 12 to 1. Today you've got David White from 3 to 4. I believe Ken Shreve is doing 4 to 5, and Kate Stalter doing 5 to 6. I might have the 4 to 6 thing messed up a little bit. If I do, I apologize, but always great programming. We'll be on our way up to Boston. Now, you know, folks, you know, one of the coolest things about being a part of the group of folks that are here, you know, Basil, Larry, David, Tom, Ken, Kate, and everything, is that, you know, ultimately no man, no woman, if you will, right, you know, is happy unless they've found a way to be able to contribute beyond themselves. And that's what we're going to be doing tomorrow. It's what we do each and every day here. So thanks so much for joining us, because we want to be able to contribute to you one way, shape, or form. If we take a look at what's the market contributing to us, you know, what's pretty interesting, and if we go back and take a look at it, it's actually a little bit humorous, if you will. Right now, you've got the ES Mini trading out at 1370.50. I'm going to go see, what was it trading out at yesterday when we began our show at 9 a.m.? Let me see, where was that? 9 o'clock, right around here. Had to be 1369, 1370. Nothing has changed in 24 hours. We are trading in a tight range, if you will. And I believe if we go back and take a look at sometime around 9 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday, let's see, 9 a.m. on Wednesday, we were trading right around the 1372. 1372, we're basically at 1371 right now. Yes, the market has gone up and down, and we can show you why. We can take a look at expansions of swing points, at retracements of swing points, if you will. But basically, a lot of chatter out there, but the market has pretty much gone nowhere. Certainly, if you take a look at where we've been starting from, excuse me, at 9 a.m. and, quite frankly, closing, if you will, each and every day. You've got the Dow futures down about 22 points right now. ES Mini off about 4 points from the close. But again, like I say, trading at the same spot that we were yesterday at about this time. You've got the NASDAQ futures off about 5 or 6. Small caps down a couple points. King Dollar, though. King Dollar is not standing still, and that means if King Dollar is not standing still, that means the Queen is doing something as well. In fact, the Queen's getting ready for the Olympics. The 2012 Summer Olympics, you know, in London, if you will. They got a cool photo on the on the front of USA Today as they are carrying the rings, if you will, through the Thames River. And so kind of a cool, of course, now what they talk about is pound foolish, as if they don't think it may be worth the investment. You know, it costs a lot of money there to put on a Olympics, if you will. And we'll go take a look at the pound and see how foolish that is. But I can guarantee you, with King Dollar being up 53 ticks, pretty amazing that the markets are only down slightly, if you will. You know, as I say, the S&P relatively flat, Dow off about 20 points or so. King Dollar up 53 ticks. Gold trading down only $10 right now, out at $17.12. Silver up 67 pennies. That's trading out at $35 even. How about that? $35 even. Light sweet crude trading out at $108. That's down 61 ticks. You've got what else do we have out there? You got the DAX. Okay, so if we let's go take a spin around Europe. Let's go see what it is that we've got going on around the world here. You've got the DAX down 4 points, and we've got the DAX up here right on the screen. You can see the DAX also been hanging out at these highs, and these highs here that we're talking about, folks, nothing more than the 0.786 retracement off of the highs back in July 2011, all the way down to the lows that they were making back in September of 2011. Remember, in our markets, we were making a fairly significant low. August 9th, I believe, is the date. Then we came back on October 4th and tested that area. And in the case of the DAX, it was its low was made in September, and then it came back and it tested that area back around November 25th, the day after Thanksgiving. So the DAX basically going nowhere, if you will. You know, and if you take a look at where did this thing start out at the beginning of the week, we'd go back to, let's see, what was the beginning of the week? That would have been February 27th, right? I believe so. Yeah, February 27th. So let's take a look at where did the DAX actually close on Friday. The DAX closed at 68.64. It's trading at 69.37. So it's had just a little bit of movement, if you will. Let's go take a look at the FTSE, see what we've got going on over in the United Kingdom. The FTSE off 12 points this morning. No great shakes there, if you will. Here we're going to pull up the FTSE chart so you can take a look at that. You can see just hanging out, doing a sideways move. If you don't think that these markets are correlated, they absolutely are. That's why you want to join us here each and every morning at 9 o'clock, because we take a look at what's going on around the world, what kind of signals are being sent off to us. Take a look at the FTSE. You talk about correlated markets. February 23rd is right where my cursor is. That's where the FTSE moved up from a low of 57.84 up to 59.01. You're trading out at 59.18. So we're talking February 3rd, folks. February 3rd. What is today? March the 2nd. An entire month, if you take a look at the FTSE, from 59.01 to 59.18 right now, 17-point move. You talk about it's getting frustrating, if you will. Maybe frustrating, maybe it's not frustrating for you, but I can guarantee you it's frustrating for us as newsletter writers, if you will. And, what we would like to be able to do is have at least a little bit of fireworks going on. There's no fireworks over in the UK. Let's go take a look at what went on in China or in Asia. The Nikkei. The Nikkei was up 69 points. So let's go take a look at the Nikkei, see if there's any patterns out there. Where's my Nikkei chart? The Nikkei close. Here we go. Nikkei closing at 97.77. And again, over the last three trading session, that has been going sideways, if you will. It's at an area where you would expect to see resistance. Why? Because you've got an expansion of swing points going back to the October 31st time frame, down to the lows that the Nikkei made on November 25th. November 25th, real key date around the world, if you will. And so when we're taking a look at this, folks, what you are seeing is a 1.7. That's close enough to 1.618. Almost making a full move. It's really trying to get back into the July highs. That is on the Nikkei, and they were up 69 points last night. If we take a look at the Shanghai was up 35 points, closed out, I don't know why I closed that, but closed out the session there at 25.76. Let's see, where's my 25? Here we go. We got 25.76. And what is that doing? That's really just doing nothing more than also coming back. And this thing has had one heck of a move off the bottom. The bottom there in the Shanghai on the January 6th time frame. You'd like to take a look at maybe buying a pullback of the Shanghai. That is right now just trading sideways, just like our markets as well. In fact, if you take a look at the Shanghai, when they closed out last week on Friday, they were at 25.55. You're at 25.76. If you go take a look at the Hang Seng, that'll finish it up in our tour around the world, if you will. We take a look at the Hang Seng. That finished up 174 points last night. And what was that doing here? Let's take a quick look. 21,562, up 170 points. And all that's doing, folks, is just going into the highs that were made February 29th. Let's go see where did that thing close on February 24th. That was Friday. So where that closed was 21,406. You're trading out at 21,562. Not a lot of movement there, folks. Absolutely not a lot of movement. I see somebody in the den says that the SPYs have been on a 45-degree angle, and that's not sustainable. Hey, it's a strong move, that's for sure. 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. We'll be right back.
X-Story Gold Mines, an NYSE Amex-listed company trading under the symbol XG, is slated to be the newest gold-silver producer in Argentina. X-Story is forecast to produce more than $250 million in bullion annually, beginning in 2013, at a cash cost of less than $200 for each ounce of gold produced. That forecast will make X-Story one of the highest margin operators in South America and a sector leader in the mining industry. X-Story has $50 million in its treasury, having spent over $60 million to date on drilling and engineering. The ultimate size of its Argentina discovery could be determined by year-end, as results from the 6 drills operating at the site are fully assessed. To find out more about X-Story Gold Mines and their exciting growth potential, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE Amex under the symbol XG.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of investment newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today, click Investment Newsletters, and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN.com, author of Mastering Probabilities, a daily investment and trading newsletter, and teacher of the money game. Studies show that 3 out of 5 people are afraid for their life in trading these markets, and the number one reason given is fear of loss. Look, fear stands for false evidence appearing real, and the money game proves it. Lesson number 1, don't risk more than 1% of your trading capital on any trade. Why, you ask? Because 35 trades in a row where you risk 50 cents and make $1 are all you need to double your trading capital, versus the 230 losing trades in a row you would need to bring your balance to $100. Let me teach you more about the money game risk-free for 30 days. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on my name, Steve Rhodes, for your 30-day risk-free trial. You were born to be a money master, and I'll teach you how.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to TFNN.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
Here's what people are saying about Tiger TV.
Let's go to John in Tampa. Hey, John, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. You having a good day out there?
A wonderful day. I love your Tiger TV. I watch it every day. I'm like a kid in a candy store.
Oh, man, I appreciate you out there watching it. How long have you been watching the Tiger TV?
I'm watching almost a month now, and it's wonderful.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it's cool. You see the charts and everything. Thanks so much for the hard work.
Tiger TV, a great news service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. And, as we were going around the world, let's come back to our world, if you will. Let's go take a look at the ES Mini Daily. I've got that up on my screen here. And what you can see is I've got really two lines up here, just taking a look at the swing point from May the 2nd. The high on that swing point is 1373.50. This is on the futures. We're trading out right now at 1371.75. That area has been tested here now for the last four trading sessions that got up to 1373.75 on the 28th on Tuesday. Closed back below it. Tried it again on Wednesday, closed back below it. Yesterday actually closed just above it, slightly above it, out at 1375.25. You're trading just slightly underneath that again. And you can see this ascending wedge. Come on, resolve itself, folks, one way or another. Now, typically these things resolve themselves to the downside. So, if you are a bull here, just be careful. All it means is just really tighten up your stops, if you will. Why? Because, until you actually break this wedge, until you actually break this trend, it absolutely can continue. We know that it can. Doesn't matter, but first it's got to break through with conviction, if you will, on that 1373.50. It hasn't done that for sure. If we go take a quick look at the King Dollar here, because it is on the move, folks, and it gave us a great signal that it was going to move higher. It created this bullish engulfing on February 29th. You had a price spread there from a low of 78.12 all the way up to the high of 78.93. What was that going against? Well, if you take a look from a pattern standpoint, that was going against, folks, going back against another bullish engulfing, which was from December the 12th. The low on that was 78.06. It's really that 78.06. That is a support area. What was that going against? Well, that was going against November 9, Tom's birthday, if you will. November 9th, you had wide price spread on King Dollar. The high on that is 78.25. So you've got all kinds of strength, if you will, in that area. In that area, folks, really being the 79, let me make sure I get the number here right for you. In that 78.25 area, that's got a lot of strength. And until that area is busted, you're not going to see the market take off with conviction, just simply because of the correlation between King Dollar, if you will. So knowing that you've got those bullish engulfings on the dollar, on the U.S. dollar index out there, and that's some real strength, that's a real reason to be cautious out there, to certainly just make sure that you at least have your insurance in place, that you've paid up your car insurance and your house insurance, and that way you've done that by using stops in whatever trades you're in, because what King Dollar can absolutely do here right now, it is getting ready to trade inside the swing point from February 16th. The low on that is 79.37. You're at 79.35 right now. It got up to a high of 79.42. And I don't see a rejection of this area. If we take King Dollar and we go down, and let's just take a look at a 10-minute chart, and let's see what we have here. Again, just like we're taking a look at the S&P, and again, this is just a 10-minute chart here. This thing is just simply continuing to make higher highs and higher lows. So this also in a uptrend, and the battle goes on. And where is it going on, folks? Over in the United Kingdom. We're taking a look here at the euro. And in the euro, there still is an ABC up. It has not, it's taking a rest, that's for sure, and it's starting to get questionable. What you have here in the euro, you're trading out at 1.32234 as we speak, and that is inside the B point, that is inside the swing point on February 9th. What the euro is saying is the euro wants to come all the way back down into the consolidation area. That's going to be inside that February 16th swing point. That's going to be in the 1.29783 to the 1.31580. And, if you hit that today, you can expect to see some pressure on the markets. If we just simply go ahead and take a look at why is there so much strength in the U.S. dollar index, well, it's all about the pound as well. And they're talking in the newspapers about being pound foolish. Well, if we take a look at the pound, this is interesting. Let's see. The pound closed out last night 1.5954. Where did this thing open? This thing opened at 1.5954. You've got the makings here in the pound of a bearish engulfing. If it were to close right now, it would have engulfed the last two trading sessions. As long as this closes below 1.5899 from a currency standpoint, that's telling you right there, we've already seen the weakness in the euro. Now the pound is saying that it wants to just simply stay in this consolidation area. That consolidation area, folks, would take you back into the lows of February 14th. That'll put some juice in King Dollar, which we already know there's some juice in there. That'll put pressure on the market. So if you're long and strong, just simply be tight with your stops. 877-927-6648. We'll be right back.
In the world of financial markets, there's a new player in town with an exciting new way to trade the markets. Nadex now offers binary options as well as bull spreads in a wide range of indices along with commodity and forex markets. With as little as $100, you can gain access to a new way to trade global financial markets while guaranteeing that your risk will always be capped. Nadex allows you to multiply your trading opportunities in ways never imagined before and access markets you once thought were out of reach. With short-term trading opportunities available, including binary options expiring each hour the market is open, Nadex allows you to take advantage of a variety of market conditions regardless of volatility or market direction. Now is the time to take advantage of this exciting new market. Don't let this trading opportunity pass you by. Open your account today by clicking on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Nadex, a better way to trade.
Hi folks, this is Tom O'Brien. If you want to get great trade setups in equity as well as the option market, come over to TFNN.com and test drive my daily newsletter, Market Insights, for 2 weeks absolutely free. Each trade setup comes with a profit projection as well as stop placement. Included in Market Insights is a Twitter alert service. This allows you to take advantage of intraday setups. Volatility is back in the markets. What does that mean to you? To me, it spells short-term opportunity each and every day. The days of trending up on lighter volume are gone. We have come off the highs with volume across the globe. Don't get caught in a complacency trap. Many of the indices have given back 2 months of trading in 1 week. We have a trader's market. You can take advantage of this trader's market by test driving my daily newsletter, Market Insights, free for 2 weeks. Market Insights will give you the edge you're looking for in the markets. Go to TFNN.com, under newsletter, hit the Market Insight tab for your 2-week free test drive right here, right now.
In just December of last year, the price of gold was down over 10%. In today's highly volatile gold market, you need someone in your corner that understands the complex relationships that exist within the price of gold, as well as within a variety of gold equities. Whether it's the South African gold miners and knowing how the Rand-dollar relationship will affect their bottom line, or understanding how John Paulson's $5 billion trade in the GLD can move the market, Tom O'Brien gives you the direction you need to become a better trader each week in his newsletter, The Gold Report. With over 20 individual equities covered and almost another 20 on the potential watch list each week, in addition to covering the XAU, HUI, GLD, and dollar, The Gold Report is a great source for any trader that is looking to be diversified in today's volatile gold market. For your 30-day free trial to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report, log on to TFNN.com today. Don't miss out on this great offer. Act now.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes that a carefully selected portfolio can lower volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angela O'Brien, First Vice President and Certified Financial Planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
To the races. You've got the Dow down a point. Oh boy, how about that? You've got the S&P's flat, not even down a full point. The composite off 1 full point exactly. Small caps up a half a point. It is water. It's been water skiing week. It's been barefoot water skiing all week. You know, yes, we've had some volatility to the upside, to the downside, just a little bit everything for the bulls and the bears out there. Of course, you've had Apple. Apple trading out at $544.80. Right now, that's up 33 cents. Nothing big there. Cisco off 7 ticks. Google down 67 cents. Intel up 2 cents. Microsoft off 11. You take a look at who's leading, what's popping and what's dropping out there. You got Shutterfly up $3.57. They're up 13%. They announced yesterday, I believe it is, 3/1, yep, March 1st, that they've entered into a deal to sell their gallery photo services. So Kodak is selling their gallery photo services to Shutterfly. SFLY. We'll go take a look at that in a minute. You've got Cena Corp actually up 3.75. That's up another 6% today. Cena Retail, they are up after reporting numbers. Looks like their revenue came in for Q2 at $862 versus $751 million. They're trading up $3.78. You've got Wynn Resorts trading up $1.75 out at $123. That's up 1%. CarMax, KMX, that's up $1.50. That's up 4%, 4.5%. Dick's Sporting Goods, DKS, that is the ticker symbol. Let's see, what are they? No news there. Just simply trading up. You've got Ann Inc. up $1.19. Those are that's Ann Taylor stores. What do we got here? No real news on Ann Taylor. Zynga trading up 47 cents. Excelis Inc. They're up 98 cents. That covers everybody that is up over $1, if you will. And you take a look at on the downside, you've got DCP Midstream. What do we have going on here? Just announcing their public offering. Well, okay, we'll take a look at that maybe. Down a couple of bucks. You've got Fossil, F-O-S-L. They're trading down $1.70. That's everybody who's down over $1 on the open here. You've got the Dow off 10 points right now. S&P's, as I say, pretty much flat, if you will. Now, just quickly going back over to the chart here, just to finish off the currencies for you. What I do have up on the screen is the U.S. dollar Japanese currency pair, and you can see that this thing has been on a tear, if you will. It's trading out right now in that 0.618 area. It's trading out at 81.64. 81.71 is the 0.618. This thing really only backed off for about a day and a half, if you will. And so this has got more juice in it. Looks like it wants to at least tag the 0.786 area. That would be in the 83.38 range. So in this case here, when you see the Japanese yen moving up, it's actually getting weaker just simply because of how I've got the currency pair first, U.S. dollar first, then the Japanese yen, if you will. And so that is going to put some strength inside King dollar as well. King dollar up 51 ticks 52 ticks right now as we speak. If we go take a look, so let's go, and how about gold? Let's just go take a look at gold here quickly. Not really much. Trading out at 17.09, relatively, sideways towards the bottom area of the range. after we had that nice 100. When I say nice, I mean, how about, let's just say, talk about candles. If you like Japanese candlestick charting, then you got to love the candle on February 29th, 2 sessions ago, with gold, because that thing engulfed it all. It engulfed the entire month. I mean the entire month of February, and it even got into a little bit of January. It took care of the 26th of January, the 27th of January, the 30th of January, and the 31st. So that, folks, is one heck of a bearish engulfing pattern. That should say that we've got lower prices coming at us in gold. If you take a look at what's going on in silver not as bad, if you will. Still, though, trading sideways and back inside this range here. Looks like it may be trying to be range bound. It was in this consolidation pattern with the highs being up inside the $35 range, and there was a number of bearish engulfing patterns up there, a couple of evening stars, if you will. So there was, it's back inside the range. If it stays inside the range, you could see silver come all the way back into the $26 range here. And that's on silver. If you go take a look at light sweet crude real quickly, what is the crude doing? That, punched up yesterday into the $110 barrel. You can see what we've got here is this channel that light sweet crude is trading in. It's not really a positive channel, folks, if you're looking for lower prices at the pumps. And so light sweet crude, and in this case here, what you're going to have to see in order to see some real changes in the price trends at the pump, you're going to have to see crude break through where it gapped up. That gap was on February 21st as we came back from President's Day. That was last Tuesday, if you will, and that area is holding strong. That means that what crude really does want to do is that wants to trade up into the top of this channel. Where would that take you? Could easily get into that $115 area, and that wouldn't really take much, folks. It's trading out at 107 right now. It got up to a high of 110.55 yesterday. If we go take a look, so let's go take a look at those stocks that are popping and dropping since, the markets are, again, relatively flat here. So let's go take a look at Shutterfly, see what Shutterfly is doing. The ticker symbol on that is SFLY, and they are going after whatever Kodak assets that they can find. Shutterfly is one of the digital services out there that you can, send your pictures to, put them in a bucket or what have you, and have products made. Of course, if you take a look at Kodak and how Kodak has brought things down, let's say, inside this industry, you can see that where Shutterfly has been trading at, is right back to the areas in August of 2010. You are breaking out today. If you just simply take a look at patterns that are out here now, let's see, today it is up at least over its, looks like it's up over its B point here on an ABC up. That B point, folks, will be on February 3rd. That would make sense, right? Because February 3rd was when our markets broke out, if you will, and the high there of 29.47 had 2.6 million shares. You have gapped up today, and you are already at 1.8 million shares. So it's going to have the juice. If we take a look at where does that ABC complete, and what is it that you would do, folks, as you're making your D point, if you've gapped up into your D point, what does that tell you? That's going to tell you that you're going to do more than the 1-to-1, A to B equals CD. Looks like your C point on this is going to be, let's see, on February 22nd, you're at 25.82. If we go back to February, 25.82, that's going to be it. That is the, looks like the low number in the totem pole there. That says that what Shutterfly wants to do is probably trade into the 33.95. That would be the 1-for-1. And, as you're gapping up into it, what that says to me, it looks more like the 36.15 area. Well, that's pretty interesting. What happens when you get over to that 36.15? Well, from 33.41 up to 41.78, you've got a supply line, if you will. That supply is 5.2 million shares. So it'll be very interesting to see where Shutterfly, and you want to take a look at the volume there if you are in this equity, if you're in this stock. That was SFLY. Let's go take a look at Genesco Inc. They are up 4.7%. They topped estimates and offered upbeat guidance. Their Q4 estimate rose 29% year over year. Let's go take a look at that ticker symbol. That is going to be GCO is the ticker symbol on that. You can see how that has gapped up, trading out at 73.87. And let's see what that is taking on here. Looks like we're getting into that all-time high area. So everybody inside Genesco, they are having one heck of a party. They're having a good time. Let's go put this on the weekly chart and pull this back a little bit further. And, yeah, you got everybody. This is a beautiful thing because the high on this stock here, folks, is 74.91, trading out at 73.62. Nearly everybody is in the green, and you got to like that. When you take a look at the stock and you pull it back on a weekly basis, though, man, you sure hate to see this. You would sure prefer to see these high-volume bars. And this thing here gapped down in March of 2008. That's the last time on a weekly chart that you see any significance of, and so if you're in this stock, you just have to be aware of that. You wouldn't get out. This is a good party. Everybody should be going to this party here. That is Genesco. Let's go take a look at CF Industries. CF Industries is trading up this morning. They are trading up at $191, up a couple of bucks. Nothing really major going on here in CF Industries. It's just simply going up against its swing point high that it's trying to bust through. That swing point high is going all the way back to August 30th. Had 2.5 million shares. Let's see, what can you learn from this? Well, as it was coming up into that area, it did it with 2.5 million shares. Test wasn't done. Came off of the high on February 29th. It did that with 2.7 million shares. And while it was doing that, that was setting up a bearish engulfing candle. So resistance on this is going to be the high of the prior session. The high there on February 28th is at that 195.48. If you take a look at volume yesterday, it dropped off 1.7 million shares, and today only 127. Let's go to Charlie in Framingham, Mass. Charlie, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Yourself?
You're always great. I'm doing great, thanks.
Good. Are we going to
I'm up here in Mass where the snow is done, and we're supposed to have some good weather. So
good weather. Wait a minute. I've got to call Apple then because they messed up on my iPhone. Because you know what they said, Charlie? My iPhone is saying 32 to 34 degrees tonight. Did you just say that was? Did you just say that was good weather?
Well, I think it's coming maybe the next day.
You mean Tom and I we're hauling the good weather up there to you. What do you think of that?
Gotta love it.
Yeah.
Gotta love it, Steve.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to coming up there. It's going to be great. You wanted to take a look at ZIP. Is that it?
Right, Zipcar. It's based here in Massachusetts.
Okay. And so you've got that trading right now at 1361. What do they do? And are you in it? Looking to get in it? Tell me what you're trying to do here and how I can help you.
I'm in it at 1313.
Okay, so you got in at the bottom, maybe yesterday, a couple days ago, or what have you.
A couple of days ago.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay. So the danger here. You're trading in the supply line from February 14th when it gapped down with 2.6 million shares, and then it continued to drift a little bit lower. You'd love to be able to see some kind of sign of strength off of this. Let me take now. Oh, my goodness. So this thing here must have been a new issue coming back to February or April of last year, April 14th?
That's correct.
Yeah, so have you traded this one at all or just been watching it? And
No, I see it in the paper every now and again, and I saw it was at its low, and it looked as if it might be a good time to get in there.
What do they do? What do they do? The news is not picking anything up real quickly here on my screen.
Car rentals.
Car rentals, okay. Oh, sure. Yeah. Okay, that's that. Okay, Zipcar. Expensive car rentals, though, aren't they?
Well, probably compared to Enterprise or somebody. Yeah.
Yeah, but now what's their deal? They've got a different, unique marketing approach, don't they? That's different than like Enterprise. Go ahead.
Yeah, I've never used them, but I just see them all over the place. It's good for people if they live in town in Boston or some large place. They can just go there and use it. I think you can use it like for an hour or whatever.
Right. Well,
they're expanding overseas.
Okay, well, maybe that's the only hope for these guys because, so far it looks like from a stock standpoint in the U.S., people aren't too enthused about Zipcars. That thing came out, at $31.50, trading down at $13 right now. That's a little haircut, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the problem with this, with an equity like this, is the only people that could possibly be in a profit here, is really just yourself. You're the only one that's made money on the stock. What do you think of that?
First time.
First. Well, here's what I would do. What I would not, if you're in at 13, I don't have the average true range. I can't punch that up real quickly here on my system. But, what you want to see today, I will tell you this much. What you do want to see today is you want to see this at least close at above 1350. It's trading at 1359 right now. The question becomes, what is that little supply line that you're looking at on February 14th? Only 2.6 million shares. But this thing is not exactly the most liquid of stocks because, outside, if you take a look at even yesterday, you did 347,000 shares. And, I see plenty of days here where you're only doing 180,000 shares, 170,000 shares. So, you probably own, 50,000 shares, something like that?
Oh, at least.
At least 50,000 shares. So you got to be careful about that. But, if you can't get it to close inside 1350, maybe that thing can run up into the $15 range. But just be careful with this one, all righty?
Yep. No, I had it, I put in a sale at 1380.
1380. Okay, let's see here. Let me just put this on an intraday. Let's just take a look at this thing on a 5-minute chart here. Of course, you're going to see from a 5-minute chart, the type of volume you're looking at is 700 shares, 300 shares. That's why I say this thing is pretty illiquid, if you will. So, but I know, you're going to get your 1380. All right, Charlie? I can feel it in my blood. And we'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow, I hope.
Okay, I might be there.
All right, take care and have a nice weekend. 877-927-6648. Get the Dow off 31. We'll be right back, folks.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investment strategy. You're always looking for the next trading opportunity to magnify your perspective and maximize your returns. Direction Shares connects sophisticated traders with a powerful array of ETFs from a wide range of asset classes. The markets may go up and down, and you want tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor, Foreside Fund Services, LLC. Would you like to discover the next great tech stock? David White, TFNN's technology guru, has just launched his new newsletter, The Technology Insider. In his newsletter, David will be looking for those shining stars that may turn into the next Apple, Microsoft, or Cisco. David combines his technology background as a software programmer with his market skills as a successful professional trader to give you this unique newsletter. We're on the verge of the next great tech run. With the Technology Insider, you'll be in front of the run-up and not lagging behind. David is developing a long-term investment portfolio. Therefore, we're only offering the Technology Insider as an annual subscription with a remarkable price of only $395. That's right, for a little over $1 a day, you'll receive the fundamental technology wisdom and technical trading skills of the Technology Insider, David White. What are you waiting for? Go to the front of TFNN.com, click on the link on the front page, sign up for your 2-week free trial, and become a Technology Insider today.
Put the power of the Chapman Wave methodology to work for you. No matter what market you trade, what time frame you trade in, or your trading style, the opening call, Basil Chapman's daily market newsletter, is bursting with the information and trades you need to become a more successful trader.
I've been using Basil Chapman's Chapman Wave methodology for several years now. His Chapman Wave can be used for any time period for not only equities, but futures, currencies, commodities. I've been also a subscriber of his opening call, which I find find an invaluable tool to help me analyze the potential of the market each day. He gives you opportunities to go short and long. It includes recommendations on stocks. I strongly recommend people using the Chapman Wave, and I very, very strongly support the use of his opening call.
To find out more about Basil Chapman and his Chapman Wave methodology, and to get your 2-week free trial of the opening call, a $64 value, visit TFNN.com today.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we pay you more for converting your jewelry to cash.
Let's go to Brian in New Jersey. Hey, Brian, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, I just want to let you know I did give you some jewelry. My jeweler offered me about $650, but you get a check in the mail tomorrow for about $1,200.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, it's all about honesty when converting your jewelry to cash.
Okay, let's go to Paul in Florida first. Hey, Paul, what's going on?
I want to commend you on the Tiger Metal Exchange. I just did a deal with you guys the other day.
Oh, good.
I'm very happy.
Well, I appreciate it. Now, Did you sell us jewelry or did you buy coins off us?
Yeah, I sold you jewelry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What we weighted at was less than you guys said, so, you're totally honest.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we give you the tools to value your gold, and it's absolutely free. Call 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. We've created the easiest, safest, and most honest cash for gold process. Tiger Metal Exchange. It's the only call you need to make.
Catch Tom O'Brien and Steve Rhodes as they teach you the art of mastering money when it comes to trading and investing. The Money Masters, next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. And leading the charge, if you will, jumped up on my screen just as they came out with their IPO, is a company called Yelp, Y-E-L-P. And I had to go fishing in the den to find out what they did. This is a great comment. I asked, what do they do? And got a reply from Kip in the den. He said that it makes no money and makes no promises of making money. Yet they're trading out at $24.75 right now. You gotta love it. Gotta love life. And this must be Charlie Fridays, because we're going out to Daytona Beach to Charles out there. Charles, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding.
Hey, I want to thank all you guys at TFNN for having such a great program. You got, some of the greatest technicians, and everybody contributes something that's very valuable.
Well, we've got the greatest listener base out there. That's what makes us great, is folks like you listening in and giving us a call. We love that.
Okay, well, Steve, I got a question. Kind of like an intermediate, longer-term view of the S&P. I know for quite some time, Tom had been very adamant that he thought that we would test the 855 area.
Right.
And I don't know, do you think that still holds for now, or where do you think your intermediate, longer-term view of the S&P is? Do you think we're kind of getting close to a kind of a major top now, and then we could go down there and do that, or do you think we might even just continue up and test the 2007 highs at this point?
Well, I think one of the things that's going to be dependent on is going to be what's going to happen inside the NDX 100, because that has really been the strength out there. Right. In the S&Ps are crashing up against some fairly strong resistance, and the problem is it's crashing up against that. Now, it's crashing up against resistance both from a celestial standpoint, if you believe in the universe and the strength that's out there, right, and the forces that might be. It's absolutely crashing into that. It's crashing into the highs, as we know, going back into the May 2011 time frame. If you take a look at the S&P itself, if we just simply go from the highs out in 2007 down to lows in October, what you'll also see, it's crashing into the 0.786 retracements. So when you just start taking a look at some of those things that are normal, that it wouldn't matter what chart we were looking at, right, where you would start to take a look at, you would run into resistance, or folks maybe, covering, taking their bread off the table, because that's what this market is all about. It's being able to make money. If you kept your bread in the oven the entire time, it would be crisp and be burned, right?
Absolutely.
So you got to take that bread out, cut it, eat it, and make another loaf. So the thing is that I just simply wait to watch what the market wants to tell us to do, and just recognize, that you're up in an area where you just simply have to be cautious. And the problem has been there have been so many fewer stocks participating in this move, and that is including the NDX 100, which has been so strong. And so if you take a look at what's underneath the sheets, if you were to look underneath the covers, you would say, I think we need to wash the sheets here. So as far as longer term, look, I can see, a big, I can see what I think would be so healthy right now is if we actually did see a pullback, a correction, because there's not enough energy here, whereas if we do get up over this area here, that starts to set up a possible large markdown coming at some point in time.
Right.
So, it would be better off for the market to pull back, a nice healthy pullback.
I agree. I think it's way overbought.
Yeah, I don't know if it's. I don't. There's so many different tools that you can use to measure that, but
Right.
but it doesn't have that energy. When you come through a swing point, in this case here, May of 2011, when you're coming through that 0.786 area, you want some energy like they've got out at Daytona at the Speedway when they're cruising around at 200 miles an hour. All right, Charles. Hey, thanks for calling in. You bet. Have a great weekend, a great day. And join us in Tampa next Tuesday. We'd love to see you. Folks, have a great weekend, and I'll see you Monday morning.